How are you this morning?
Oh, that tune. I mean, I love the original track anyway by Luther. Is it Luther? Luther,
Yeah,
yes.
Luther.
And so I love this version as well. So it gets me up. It gets me up. It absolutely. If I was asleep, I am now absolutely 110% awake. So good morning, everybody. Good morning. It's the Breakfast Flight Show Part 2. It's Tuesday. It's the 21st. It's the 21st of I know yesterday I said it's the 20th, but it's the 21st of January. How did we get to the
20th yesterday? It was the 20th yesterday.
It certainly was. But how are we getting to the 21st of January already? 21 days already gone.
3 weeks in.
No. Christmas was just yesterday. Christmas was just yesterday. I don't understand. Don't understand how time is moving so quickly. But what's so lovely
It certainly does.
is that the mornings are starting to get a little bit lighter.
A little bit
lighter.
The clock's going to go forward soon, isn't it?
Yeah, not soon. Not until spring.
soon.
Until about March, spring. Well, we might be saying soon.
Before you know it, we're going to be right there. The clocks would have gone forward.
Oh, I hope so, because I can't take this darkness in the mornings, and I feel it for everybody, especially with this return to office mandate. We used to have WFH for working from home. Now it's RTO, return to the office, you people. No more side hustle jobs. I know some people that have got 2 jobs, working from home. They've got 2 jobs. They're just cha-chinging all the time.
Well, why not?
Yeah, cha-ching into that bank account. But I got some really good news yesterday, some fantastic news that I'm really happy about. So my boss is on the phone. She's having a go at me for a report that she says, this is wrong. And I'm thinking it's just a draft. I want you to look at the content, not everything else. That's what you're supposed to concentrate on. But I smiled. That's what was going on in my mind.
You just got to smile.
I smiled. I said, no problem. I'll make sure that's done for you like that all the time. No problem. And then she said, we've got this 3-day working from home thing. But, we could just do 2. Fine. So long as you come in for 2, that's fine. And I was like, yes. So, yeah. So I was
So
over
it's now
the
gone
moon.
from 3 to 2 days. So now you can carry on the show then. Yeah.
Back to
Because you was
2,
considering going in on a Tuesday, isn't it? And then obviously you weren't going to be here on a Tuesday. So that means now you can carry the show on a Tuesday now. So that'd be good.
Yeah, and it means I'll be home on Friday too. I'm well happy about that. But good morning to the Mixed Clouders, Donald, Verona, Laurie, Jack's Happy Spice, Nice, G-Force. Oh my gosh, who else? And on my Mixed Cloud, Huntsville Jammin'. Oh, I'm loving the name, Huntsville Jammin'. Good morning. Should I say good morning to them? That's the proper way to do it. If we're being worked, because I don't know if it's a man or woman, so good morning to them.
To them.
Yeah? I'm being right. I'm being right here. And Mr. Wolf Michael, you're back! You're back on with my channel. Thank you for coming back. See? I get really upset, Wolf Michael, when you move over to Sharky, because you was on mine first. Right? Stay with me, sir. All right? It's much appreciated, I'm telling you. You don't know the love that I'm sending across the Mixed Clouds for you following and supporting me. Not like all the others. And good morning to, is it Jazz Sunday?
Soon have a mass exodus.
I'm telling you, they don't like me no more. Well, I got a good couple of videos to show you guys today. 2 very funny videos that had me cracking up through the night. And also, if you want to watch a rerun of the shows, they're all going back on YouTube. I've been very naughty for the past 2 months. I haven't put on any December shows. They were all last night. I was busy uploading and making sure that they're on. So please do take a look if you think any of the shows are funny and you want to go back and come and check out the Breakfast Flight Show on YouTube. Apologies, there's no music unless I buy the YouTube license. They will just ban it left, right and centre. And so, yes, it's just pure HPQ and Sharky just talking. But hope you guys are having a good morning so far. It's Tuesday. Now, yesterday I made a mistake in one of the things I spoke to you about, and I never want to make a mistake. And I meant to say it during the show, but conversations got going and I forgot to correct myself. But I spoke about tax returns yesterday, and I said that if you're earning over a certain amount of money, make sure you get your tax return in, your self-assessment I should say, in by the end of January. It's if you're earning over 100,000. I don't know how many people on Mixcloud are earning over 100,000 unless you've got 3 or 4 jobs. But if you are, and when I say your income is over 100,000, that means if you've got a portfolio of properties as well, and you've got some cash coming in there, and you've got a pension, and you're working, and you've got money elsewhere, those rich Mixclouders of you guys, you know, over 100,000, get a self-assessment done, please. That doesn't apply to me, so I can tell you my tax bracket is not £100,000. So, no, I don't have to do one. Thank the Lord. I hate them.
Oh.
So there you go. So anyway, now that's over with, what's been going on in the news. Now, I woke up this morning. Now, I was very happy.
I could see that you woke up this morning. I should hope so too.
I meant to say when I woke up this morning, I looked at the news. I've got some news, but I always like to look and see what's happening, what's hitting the news this morning, just in case it's some breaking news. Now, this is a little bit. Now, Rachel Reeves is... who is she? She's the Chancellor. Who is she? She's the Chancellor for the Labour Party. Now, I voted Labour in because I wanted a difference, you know, and I'm a Labour girl through and through. First party I voted for when I first started voting was Labour. And they took over from the Conservatives. We knew what Conservatives did, but I don't know, you know. It's like the Meghan effect. Meghan and Harry. Meghan's falling out of favour left, right and centre with everybody. I still got her back. But she's falling out with everybody. Labour's doing that to me. I was a staunch Labourist. But they're doing that to me with what they're doing in the UK right now. I know they said there's not much money, but they're having a laugh. Now, we spoke about the car companies, whereby they were charging customers commissions without letting them know. And the courts ruled, or the financial ombudsman ruled, that it was unlawful and that these monies need to return to the customers. A bit like what happened with PPI. Rachel Reeves has now stepped in because the lenders are saying it's going to be an economic disaster. It's going to run into billions for us to give all the customers back this money. And she's now trying to block it in courts for any customer going after the car companies to claim monies back for insurances, for commissions paid out that they didn't know. I mean, how is that? How is it that we've now got to pay for lenders' faults? So why don't the government pay then?
You know what? The government.
It's like I'm having a go at you, right? I'm taking out my frustrations.
No, I know you're taking the frustration. It's not out of me. You're actually asking the question. But it just goes to show you what the government are all about. You know, if they've taken money out of people's pockets and now there's an expense, they need to put the money back in people's pockets. As simple as that. If there was a con, they need to put the money back in people's pockets.
Yeah, we know that.
Oh, well,
it's a bit like Thames Water. Thames Water has been pushing, and the water company has been putting sewage into London rivers. They know that their targets are supposed to be reached. They don't reach them. They're overcharging us. Do we get any money back? I don't see no rebates in my water bill. I don't see no rebates anywhere. When the councils mess up with our money and spend it on projects that they're not supposed to spend it on, we don't get the money back. In fact, we pay more. Oh, you failed? No problem. Let's give you some more money so you can go and waste that. Please, go ahead. Be my guest. And talking about councils, we'll come on to that. In fact, let's just take a quick break because I feel on a ranting mood this morning because I don't want to talk about what some councils are trying to do, let alone what the government's doing, and dig up a bit more about this Rachel Reeves. I'm not liking her anymore. I'm not liking Labour. I'm not.
Ranting HPQ.
Yeah, you just had to play like the whole thing. It's like you waited for that bit to come in.
Do you know what? When I'm playing music, I like to hear the music. You know, unfortunately, I'm one of those DJs that like to play. They play a little bit longer than normal. Yes. And James, there to enjoy, isn't it?
Good morning, Mr. James Capone. Good morning. And he says he's good. He's in the field. Yes, it's Ranting Tuesday. It's Ranting Tuesday. I'm telling you, I'm not happy because I know I got a lot of money to come back from these car companies, and I don't understand. She's going to the Supreme Court to intervene. The FCA is like, these people have got to pay, right? This is the Financial Conduct Authority. They're the people that monitor banks, Bank of England, what's going on with our money and how it moves around, right? And they're saying they want to take them to court. The government is saying it could cause considerable damage to the economic viability of the UK. and could cause businesses to move out of the UK. Santander has set aside 295 million. So if it's going to cause kind of like problems for the bank, why has Santander set aside 295 million? Where is this money coming from? They've got it somewhere.
Of course they've got it.
So what about all the other banks? And I'm actually considering not to even put my money in a bank anymore because of what's happening. The interest rates are just not high enough. The banks are raking in all this money every day. And imagine how much money they're making off us putting our money in. It's a cashless society, so we've got no choice but to transact it between bank accounts. So the banks are just making money left, right and centre. And I say that we should just stop paying on cards and draw out cash. Just draw out cash and save cash. Because when we want to give money to our children, the government is going to tax it left, right and centre. I'm even considering not even paying any more to my pension. And that's another thing I'm going to talk about here, this rip-off pension.
Oh, gosh. Big time. Big time. But you know what? Cash is the way forward. I mean, most of the time you see me out, I'll have cash in my hands. Yeah. People say, how do you want to be paid? Just pay me in cash.
Yeah, but you've got shops now that are refusing cash. I mean, it started off with the transportation systems. James, you should know this. Buses and trains and things like that will not accept cash. You have to pay with cards. I go into certain shops, till card only, no cash. One till with cash, and everybody else has to go to the card till. So they make the cash till so small that everyone, I just pay by card. I won't pay by cash anymore.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of that to do with the cash is about people scamming the money, isn't it? Because, you know, people just put money away, especially like behind bars. You go to a lot of bars now and they're not taking cash now. They say, like, you know, card only, you know, so... The workers can't scam the money anymore. I mean, you know, on the underground, I know there was a lot of scamming going on back in the days, and they soon changed that. But
well, listen, my sister worked on the buses. She's been working on the buses for 30 odd years. And let me tell you something, right? She used to tell me about a fair few things that go on. You collect the change, you know, people giving you cash, and you don't wear that ticket. You know what I mean? You just collect the cash.
Listen,
don't wear and give out that ticket. You know what I mean?
They weren't the ticket, and when you never took the ticket, you'd get a ticket, and then they'd give you a ticket, not from the machine, but they'd have a load of tickets that they've whirled up, and they'll just, you know, they haven't whirled up, and they'll give it to you. But you know, it's the same on the underground. You know, when you used to come through, you used to put the money down. You know what I mean? There's a big record. Some people got a big record collection.
Listen, some people built their house in Jamaica. That's all I know. Some people built their house in the Caribbean, right, from the proceeds, the extracurricular activities, right, that they got from their jobs, right. You got to make it work. I'm sorry. You know me already, right? If you're giving, you got to take a little bit too. That's all I'm saying. I give a lot, so I've got to take a little bit back. If it's stationery, batteries, headsets, paper, even paper. I've taken a ream of paper before. This paper's coming up with me. $4.99 is a lot of money.
It's called perks of the job. It's called perks of the job. That's what it is.
Yeah, it's there. Why have a stationery cupboard with stuff in it open? It's an invitation to come and take. Don't forget, I've got to get the cups as well. There's a lot going on in this new office that I've got to get my head around and bring home to the HPQ headquarters.
You were good. I mean, back in the days when I was a trainer on the underground, and I remember, you know, there used to be all the pens that come in, and there's this girl, she used to hide all the good pens. So we used to get the cheap pen, and to get a good pen out of her was just like, it was murder. To try and get a pen out of her. You couldn't even raid the cupboard because she had that on lockdown.
Well, listen, I was the stationery orderer. So could you imagine? I got the good pens. My sister every year, but sis, get me one of the pens you get. Yeah, get me one of the pens you get. Sure, sis, how many you want? You want 5? You want 20? You want a whole pack?
We all know you're a thief.
Listen, living teeth, man. Living teeth. I don't care. I'm right on my forehead, teeth. Yeah, don't bring me in your yard. I'll take your pen. I like writing. By the way, I like writing. Okay, so I love handwriting. And if I get a pen and it writes nice, that pen's in my bag and it's on its way home.
And
I'll tell you out loud, I'm taking the pen.
I remember you said on the airplane, you said, "Oh, you know, where's your pen?" And I was like, "What?" And that's, you know, I didn't get it back. You gave it back to me in the end, but yeah, you're a pen thief.
I am a pen thief. I'm a pen thief. I'm a notorious pen thief. Even at work, I'll use my boss's pen once, like proper, not cross pen. You know, you get those not ink pens, but Mont Blanc
Mont Blanc pens, yes.
It was a Mont Blanc pen.
Those are the expensive ones.
And somehow the following day, I'm writing with this pen, pulled it out of my bag. My boss looked at me and I was like, I told you. Right, just gave it back to him. Don't leave it there. I'll pick it up and I'll take it. So apologies. I'm a thief, sorry. Don't bring me in the yard, yeah? Don't. Carl Bassett says you can't beat a biro. Well, personally, I like writing in ink pen. I've got several ink pens. And I do prefer writing in ink, but when I'm writing fast, it's quite difficult. But I'm an ink pen writer, and but yeah, you can't beat a good biro. I don't care if it's cheap; if it writes good, HPQ is taking it. But anyway, we were talking about governments and them raiding the coffers of us lowly public people. And one more thing before I move on to something else, or even if you play a track. Now, I was talking about the government intervening in this car scandal. Let's wait and see what actually happens and whether indeed the government are going to go against the customers or whether they're going to look after the banks. They want to keep the banks happy, right? Or the banks are saying we're going to withdraw. Maybe Santander is threatening to go back to Spain or whatever. Do you remember when it was Abbey National?
Yes, Abbey National, yeah.
I used to bank at Abbey National. It's very weird.
I think we most did, yeah.
Yeah, but talking about cash and no cash, we've been hearing about a lot of these councils applying for one of these section whatever notices due to bankruptcy. Slough Council. Now, what happens with council tax if you are struggling or you are poor or you're suffering from poverty? Slough Borough Council, or most councils, can give, I think, up to 100% discount on council tax for some people. You get a discount when you are living there by yourself, and you get discounts if you are on benefits. Councils consider Slough is so bankrupt that it's considering removing that benefit altogether. So it's going to be a massive burden on the people where it's unaffordable. And they're believing that poverty is going to rise because people are living on the breadline already. Right, food's gone up. I went into Tesco's the other day and I saw a box of orange juice for £2 and I laughed at Tesco's and walked back out again. I was like, I'm going Aldi's. I don't care. And it's ridiculous. And price of food is set to rise again this year. Energy is set to rise this year up when the cap's been lifted. Car, probably loans will probably rise because these car makers want to reap back some of the costs that they're going to have to pay out. Electric cars, they want to push up the sales of electric cars and there's not enough chargers. I mean, come on. They want to get rid of cash.
But a lot of people are not even buying the electric cars now, so there's a lot of electric cars about that are not being sold. So what's going to happen there?
I don't know. I don't care. They could. I don't care. This electric car thing, I don't know if I could go somewhere, be standing outside for about a whole hour, charging up my car to move on to another journey, or trying to find. I've heard horror stories of people driving from one place to another where they're not working, and having to figure out what their next trip is or what they're going to do next. No, thank you. I like to know. I like to see you when petrol's there, and I like to know that there's another petrol station where I can just fill up my car and keep it moving.
Yeah.
No.
Well, all the chargers are now, they're putting them in the petrol stations now, and they're putting chargers out and about. I'll tell you what, if you do get an electric car, if I get electric, it's going to be a Tesla, because they got chargers everywhere.
Yeah. Now,
Teslas have got chargers everywhere, but I ain't getting no electric car.
Well, Carl Bassett says, James, first of all, says allotment is the way to grow your food. Listen, allotment, back garden, start growing your tomatoes and things like that, because food's too expensive, and your peppers and your Scotch bonnet and all that stuff. Carl Bassett says he's got an electric car, fast charge, 20 minutes. It's still 20 minutes outside. You know when you get your car washed and you're like, hurry up. Hurry up so I can get back in my car. That's like car charge. No.
Yeah, that's what I think of. Like, sometimes, what if you're in a hurry and you're running out and you've got like to get somewhere by, and that 20 minutes that you're charging up your car, it's like, maybe your full charge, maybe a charge that goes X amount of miles and you charge up way before you leave and you sorted yourself out. I don't know how it goes. I'd rather petrol, mate. I'm sticking with petrol. And on that note, stick with petrol. What are you saying, HPQ? Stick with petrol?
Absolutely. Manual petrol.
Yeah. Manual what? Manual car? Nah, automatic. You love a manual, don't you?
Yeah, I love the gear. Pushing it into gear.
You just want something to hold on to.
Yeah, play with the stick.
Don't I know it?
I do. I go to Jamaica and I have to drive a manual. I'm just like, I don't want an automatic. Give me a manual. I can drive gear very well. Thank you very much. You know, and I heard you reading out what Carl Bassett said. He's got an electric car. Well done you. You know, and G-Force don't like Teslas, obviously, and he's saying no oil or water to check, just charge and drive. Yeah, you make it sound simple. Well, you can fill up and drive. You know, it's quicker. It's quicker. I'm telling you. How much does it cost anyway to fill up your car, to charge your car for a full capacity of whatever
it's
it
about
is?
£7, you know. I think it's about £7.
Yeah, but look how much the car costs.
The car costs a lot.
The car costs a lot of money. When you think about what you would have paid in petrol, right, for a petrol car over the years versus what you've actually paid for this electric car and then some with electric charging. And don't forget, you think that electric cost is going to stay at that price. By the time they get everyone on electric, that's going to be rocketing up to all like £2 an hour or £2 every 10 minutes. We stay there and be fooled by the electric prices, you know? Seriously, I don't think electricity's running. Look. They're going to put everybody on the grid charging cars and using electricity. No. I want to get rid of batteries. Let's just use electricity. We've got infinite supply, you know? Let's just go for it. We were talking about blackouts just last year or the year before. So why are they just pushing everybody on electricity? Let's find a newer, greener way of charging our cars. I used to say cooking oil could do it. If I could use cooking oil, listen, black people would be all right.
They'll do it on steam, innit?
Steam cars. Why can't we go back to basics? Why all this expense? No. I like to be innovative, right? I like to be at the forefront of technology. There's some things that work for me and some don't. It's like beta and VHS. I feel like electric cars, you know, the same. It's not working for me, but it looks like it's being pushed as a way forward. So let's see. But let's have a little bit of fun now. Now, which one? And it's not over the watershed moments. I ain't playing that video. But let me play this video. Now, Carl Bassett says, standing in the rain and cold, filling up. Yeah, but that doesn't take long. It's like, and normally the stations have got a roof over them. Come on. No. It's like getting cash out of a cash point. It takes the same amount of time. I won't worry about it. If you're that cold, just fill up with £10 and keep it moving. So you don't have to spend too much time.
And I'll tell you another benefit of having a petrol car, right? If an electric car breaks down in the middle of nowhere, an electric car, at least you can walk to the station, get a lift, get your petrol, come back and drive off. What you can do with an electric one, Carl? Hey, what you going to do?
One long charging lead. That's
at least you can get an old-fashioned canister and, you know what I mean, pour the petrol in and go to the petrol station and fill up. Way.
Innit? Trek to the
what are you going to do then? Yeah,
you stand there and talk about your electric cars. Yeah, you stay there. You stay there.
Stuck in some bush in the darkness with no electricity and no heat.
In the middle of the forest.
In the middle of the forest.
Suddenly it feels like Get Out, you know, people coming to try and save you.
I could call somebody and say, look, can you go and get me some petrol? I'm here. What you can do electric? Can you get some electric? Let me get one of these battery chargers, one of these charge up my car to get to, which will get you about 2 yards.
Innit? 2 lithium batteries do. Will that do anything? No. G4 says, what petrol station you been to, innit? Carl Bassett says it takes me at least 10 seconds to plug in my car. Yeah, I'm sure it does. But you still have to stand outside. Or you still have to wait for it to charge, I have to say. Whether you're outside charging at a station, whether you're sitting inside the car. I don't know. It's this waiting time. I don't do waiting. Yeah, it's like queuing up. I don't do queuing up and stuff like that. No, you get to these grand old ages, you want things to just be smooth. Even when there's a queue in a petrol station, I keep it moving. No, I'm not waiting. I'm going. I'm moving on.
Listen, Carl, before you get on, if you come to the spa week and you break down, right, don't expect any of us to come and look for you, right?
We'll be driving past you waving in our petrol cars.
In the coach.
See ya. See ya. No, Carl Bassett's way too organised to let his car battery run out. Maybe that should be a thing. Hotels and should be mandated to have electric car chargers in every hotel, in every facility that's got a car park.
Yeah, most of them do.
Maybe.
Most of them do, yeah.
I don't wait. I keep it charged up. That's like us saying that our car. You know, when you first get your new car, you always have petrol in it. It never runs out because it's a new car. Number one, you don't allow no one to smoke in it. You don't even want to get it dirty, right? And you keep it topped up because you've got a new car, so it's topped up. After that car rolling for a couple of months, you're like, shit, I've only got like 2 minutes to get to 2 miles to get to the petrol station. Sorry about my language there. I've only got 2 miles before I need a petrol station. So yeah, come on. Human life sets in unless you are super organised.
Tell you what, if I had an electric car, I would keep that car charged up all the time. It would be topped up all the time.
You were copying my language there, didn't it,
Yeah,
Sharky? Sorry.
Almost. Naughty HPQ.
Oh, I tell you what, I'm so mortified because normally I'm so good at vetting, and even the next one I've got, I've actually blanked out some of the words. They weren't even swear words, but I blanked some of them out.
Good, because we can't keep having that.
Oh God, good gosh, no! I'm sitting there thinking, if he says it again, I'm stopping it right here. This wasn't the one to play this morning.
Yeah.
You know.
No.
I know.
No.
But this is not HPQ. Maybe it's because I was on the rant, last night when I was reading the news and I just didn't do my due diligence properly. It's so bad. Carl Bassett says X-rated video. Leave me alone. Don't tell me off. Please, no. HPQ was a little bit naughty. I'm sorry, Rex Radio, Luton State of the Art, and GY Radio. Children, adults, friends, family, foe. Apologies from HPQ. Miss Surrey. Anyway, we were talking about money just before that and whether it's going to become a cashless society, whether you should leave your money in the banks or not. You do know that contactless card payment limits are set to be scrapped. So at the moment, they are limited at £100. So you can go in up to £100 without having to pull your card out and start tapping in your PIN number, pushing it in there. No, they're going to scrap it altogether. This is the reason why they want to make it a cashless society. They're going to get rid of the card limit. So, you want to buy something for like £2,000, your contactless card, bing.
And what happens if somebody finds your card and spends £2,000? What happens there? Is there going to be any kind of security? There's got to be some kind of security if you're spending over a certain amount.
There's always security in your cards.
Maybe put in the PIN number. Most probably, they'll just make you put the PIN number in.
It just might go through further authentication, and depending on spending habits and so forth. Because my card payments stop sometimes. Like I was doing some big orders for an event for the Spa Weekender, and my bank was just like, "What's all these transactions going through for all of this, all this card spend?" And so they stop the card. And my bank does that to me regular. And if someone does it fraudulently, you go back to your bank and you get your money back. And they've got to put some controls in. If they don't, it's the banks that are going to be liable.
By the way, the watershed is 9 p.m., not 9 a.m. The watershed is 9 p.m., not 9 a.m.
In it, Carl Bassett, The watershed was before. We skip past that now. Leave it there. It's done. Anyway. Carl Bassett says, worry about some Apple Pay. Some cards don't have limits. Yeah, I know. They want people in debt. It's the easiest way that banks and businesses can get their money back is through people just owing money.
Yeah. That's the way they get their money back, and the interest. And they make a lot of money in the interest, And it's like a deep pot that you just can't get out of for some people, It's difficult. Difficult.
Debt is difficult. Debt is difficult to get out of if you're in debt. And if you are earning and not enough, if you can't save, if you can just about afford to live, how are you going to pay your debts as well? It's an impossible situation. It really is. And as I said before, you are only 3 months away from poverty. Because if you lose your job and you can't pay your mortgage, I think it takes about 3 months before they come after you and seize your house, sell it, and you're kicked out onto the actual streets. It's a harsh reality that we're facing at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. Listen, coming up to 9 o'clock, I think we need to run the ad break and recoup and repent. Recoup and repent, HPQ.
Oh, gosh, right. Been playing some music, had the ads talking about the Spa Weekend. I hope you guys are coming along. Those who are coming along, I will see you.
The yellow party.
Oh, I will see you next week.
Sorry.
Well, sorry, because I saw the ad for the Spa Weekender, so I hope you guys are going. And then obviously there's the yellow party. So 2 lots of cool parties that are on my menu this year for me to attend to. So
there's loads of them. The blue party.
Those are the 2 that I'm looking at. I'm not going to all the parties. I'm just saying the 2 that I'm looking at that I'm going to for definite are those 2. Anything in between that, I don't know about that. I don't know if I'm going to the blue one and all of those Purples? No, not necessarily. No, 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 no. This year is going to be a different year for me in terms of partying. I'm not going to everything. Anyway, Carl Bassett said, I learned a hard lesson with debt and a credit card when I was 18. I think we all have. I learned a very hard lesson. A very, very hard lesson with debt. And after that, I never had an overdraft. I think I've got an overdraft of £250 on one of my accounts only, and that's it. No more. They just need a buffer sometimes, and even then I just come straight out of it because I don't like all of these charges. So yeah, I had about a £2,000 overdraft limit, and you sit in it, right? Because you're forever, you've got an overdraft, you get your salary in, say you've got a salary of £2,500, your salary comes in, you've got £500 in the bank, you eat into your overdraft again. And if you're living on the breadline, you're never going to get rid of that overdraft, so you're always paying the bank's money. It's a good way of forever paying a bank back a set of money. Same as credit cards. They're such a trap. They are such a trap, and the interest rates are absolutely ridiculous. How can they charge you so much money for using their card, but when you want to put money in their bank, it's a lot less? You could get a fair few £1,000s in a savings account and you earn 50 odd pounds for it from the month. But when you want a credit card, right, and you owe £1,000, it's more than that you're getting charged for it. So it don't make no sense to me at the moment. It's not making sense. So I'm getting rid of one of my I have one credit card just for, in case I have little incidentals. Getting rid of them. No good. No good at all. You have a credit card, Sharky?
I've got a couple, yeah. I've got a couple of credit cards. I've also got a £500. I think my overdraft limit is 500, but they don't charge me for going in it. I think you get charged for the month using. You charge for the bank account. But I'm with NatWest, and you get some good deals with insurance and phone cover and various other things. Everything comes in. So yeah, you pay. I think I can't even remember how much you pay per month, but
it's less than con.
It's less than. Well, I've used the phone insurance quite a few times. I've used the breakdown cover. I've used nearly everything that they've actually provided. The holiday insurance, everything.
How much do you pay for the privilege of having one of these bank accounts?
£15 or something like that. 15 or £16 a month.
Have you ever done the calculations of pulling out all of those things yourself? Yeah. Because I've done it with Halifax. Charged me. It used to be free. Then it went to £5. Then it went to £10. Then it went to £15. I think now it's at £19.99. It's absolutely crazy. And I did a calculation of what it would cost if I got my own travel insurance, if I got my own mobile insurance, and if I had my own RAC breakdown, or the third benefit that you get. And it's actually cheaper than the £15 a month that you actually pay. If you got mobile phone insurance and worldwide travel insurance, it's a lot less than £15. But we are being, we just want comfort, don't we? It's under one roof. Someone sorts it out for me. I don't have to go compare and compare the market and start haggling for prices. It's there with my bank account. $19.99 a month. Calculations for that, what it costs a year. Mobile phone insurance don't cost that much, nor does travel insurance. But we assume that we're getting a great deal from our banks, and really, they're just taking more money from us. They're getting more money already. That's £240 a year. Yeah, it's a lot of money.
I've done my calculations. I think I'm paying less than what I would do if I was paying out on mobile insurance and everything else. It works for me, so yeah, I'm quite happy with it.
Okay, all right, well, good. I'm glad you are on the track. Yes, some nice bouncy music this morning. Thank you very much, SharkyDJ. Now, as we've been talking about money and technology mostly this morning. Just to bring you some more digitalization of what's next. The driving license. We moved from paper. Remember the paper licenses? We then moved to the photo cards for the licenses, and now we're moving a step further. So the government are announcing plans to introduce the digital driving licenses to people. It's going to be optional, so you can opt to have it added to one of your wallet folders, whether it be Apple Pay folder, you can have all your loyalty to cards in there and everything, as well as the Google Wallet. So no need to carry your card version in your purse or anything. You're going to have a digitalized version of your driving license. It's going to be made available this year. Apparently the technology is coming in. So I believe that probably anybody that has to have new licenses, they'll probably get the option of the card and the digital. And then for anybody else that's on it, they can apply for the digital license. Has anyone still got their paper license, by the way?
Well, I've got a copy of it. Not a valid copy, but I do have my paper license around somewhere. Yeah, I still got the paper ones. Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've got mine somewhere, a paper copy, but no one ever uses it. They never ask for it, so I don't even know why they send it out. Waste of paper, save some money and reduce the cost, please. That's what we'd like. All these green initiatives coming in. Stop sending paper, please.
It's not. It's the paper license not valid anymore. They stopped that ages ago.
Oh, good.
Yeah,
good.
It's no longer valid. It's the card now. I've got to renew my license this year. Gosh,
that's the other thing I was going to talk about is for everyone, check your licenses. You know, they're not infinite. They do run out at some point. And if you ever have to show it for ID and it's not valid, then you're going to have to find another one. So check your passports and check your licenses for those expiry dates. Pop them in your calendar and set it to remind yourself.
Yeah, it's your responsibility to remember to update your license. So if you do get caught and it's out of date, there's no excuse. They do warn you about that. So talking about the digital license, actually, you know what, everything's going digital. I might as well get a digital license. I know with Royal Mail you can upload your data, you can upload your digital system, and it's valid as your passport and everything. It's validated.
I've got that.
So you can just upload everything on it. So you can use that as a form of ID as well on Royal Mail.
It's called Easy ID.
I'm not sure if everyone will accept it, because you know some people, if they don't know about it, they'll say it's not acceptable. If like you go to a club or something and you need to show your ID, but it is valid. It is recognised. So that's another thing. Easy ID for Royal Mail. You upload your passport and all your details. Gosh, this digital age, everybody, there's no getting away, is there?
Yeah, but if someone breaks into any of those wallets where we're holding any of this information, that's all your ID out there for the scammers to just take a hold of. There you go. Take my details, because these businesses don't know how to keep your details safe.
Yeah, our details are out there anyway, so what can we do?
Floating around.
It's out there. Scammers are getting more and more sophisticated now. So
like the woman with Brad Pitt.
Yeah, and the guy with Rod Stewart yesterday, 200,000 he got scammed for. So you've got to be very careful. And these people can easily fall for it. HPQ.
Do you know what? I was just using this Easy ID. You know, I've got it, but I didn't obviously, set up the scanning or anything like that. So I've got to sort that out when I come off the show. My ID there.
Yeah, it's a good one. It's definitely a good one to use.
Yes, I will try it. Now, another bit of news for you. This is something that it's not something. The problem, I think, when you own a house is when you have disputes over land, over trees, over fences. And I had this with one of my neighbours. You know, the fence had blown down. Got to remember whether you own the left or the right side, or check your deeds and your property boundaries to see who's got responsibility of what. Trees is one thing, fences are another, shared drives and things like that. When I was looking for my new house and I saw some of these semi-detached houses, and you've got that space in the middle with two garages at the back and houses either side that gap, I refrain from buying houses like that, because that's a shared pathway. When something goes wrong and your neighbour don't want to fix it, it's you that has to bear that cost, because you don't want to see it looking all scrappy. If they don't want to pay for it, you end up doing it, or they don't want to split the costs. I don't like that. I like clear boundaries. This is mine and this is yours. This is I deal with this and you deal with that. It's all good there. Now there's a row going on with Clacton Council, and it's erupted after a woman gates off a public highway with a 4K, well, they say a 4K driveway. It's not a 4K driveway. So basically she lives at an end of terrace, and there's a gap there, like an alleyway between her and the next block of flats. Now this little alleyway is used for drug addicts, children doing some kind of antisocial behaviour. There's always condoms, there's always needles around and everything. And her and her neighbours were upset about this happening. Clacton Council wouldn't do a thing about it, so they decided to take matters into their own hands and put gates either side of the alleyway. Before she did that, she checked her deeds, right? She got advice from the council as well to say that the council don't own the land, or councillors, I should say, not the council. She had gone to MPs and councillors to say that the alleyway was jointly owned by her and her neighbour. They confirmed that, so she put the gates up. Clacton Council have come down and said, well, actually, you don't own the land, nor do your neighbours. But it's been proven that the land is not owned by the council either. But they're saying it's a public highway and taking her to court to get her to take them down. So the court battle ensues between a council and the neighbours. Now, councils make me laugh. They've got all sorts of powers, and sometimes they don't see very much sense. You've got an alleyway that's causing issues with drug addicts and people that could be at risk of some kind of attack. And a neighbour's taken a stance to make it safe, and you just want to turn around and say, nope, can't do that, take them down, doesn't matter how much money you've spent, we're going to leave it as it is, so be it. So this young lady has said that it's causing her headaches and wrist and mental health issues in terms of trying to battle this council. Do you think that she's right in order to put the gates up, or do you think that she should take them down and be a good little girl like the council says? What would you do?
You know what? If the council says take it down and they take it to court, you have no choice. You have to take it down if it's a public highway. I mean, I understand, you know, the fact that obviously it's by a house, and obviously she doesn't want the people there, so they put their gates up. But if it doesn't belong to you, it doesn't belong to you. And this is where you say you have to check the boundaries of your house and what belongs to you and what does not belong to you, what you can and what you can't do before you do something. So I do understand, yes, there is that frustration, but obviously when you buy that house, if that piece of land does not belong to you, then you have no rights to put up a gate. Simple as that. So she needs to take it down.
It's very funny because at my last address, we had an alleyway that runs round the back of, you know, I lived in a terrace row. Yeah, we had an alleyway that ran round the back of the houses. Now, the house that was on the corner, the detached house that was on the corner, was owned by a private landlord. One day I come home to go through the back alleyway. I was taking my bike, actually. There's a gate there. There was no gate there or nothing there before. There's suddenly a wooden gate there with, it's locked. I'm thinking, where did this gate turn up? How's it locked? This is my back alleyway. Who put this up here? And when I went to one of my neighbours, they told me that this lady had put it up. So when I rang her, I kind of had a bit of a stern call with her saying, you should have really spoken to all the neighbours or dropped notes through every single one of their doors if this is what you're going to do. I said, it's not legal for you to do this. I said, if you want to put a door up, great. But you can't lock it, and all the neighbours that have access to it don't have access to it. Yeah. And in the end, she refrained from unlocking it but put a latch at the end of it, which is good. You could just walk through and use the latch. So in that case, it actually worked. So maybe that's what they should do. But, you know, young people will be forever pressing the latch.
Of course, if it's access to your back, even if it is her land, you have the right to have access to get into your back, at the back of your house. So maybe she could put the gate up. I'm not sure if it's that part of the land was hers, but she can't lock it from you guys or from everybody now. No,
she had to unlock it.
Yeah.
She definitely had to do that. So that was all sorted. But it's hard. I think when you go through planning applications and people building extensions and suddenly the council says, oh, you did not get permission, tear it down. Imagine spending £30,000 and having to tear down £30,000. I don't know if I could live after that. Mental health would go through the roof.
It's like a scam, isn't it, in itself?
Jesus, that's a lot. 30 grand that you've done and you've got to tear it down.
Verona's made a comment. You want to read that out there?
Oh, I haven't even got my phone up. Hold on 1 second.
She said, I live in an end of terrace and I'm always kicking off in the summer. I have a gate and I park my car there. So a bit more on that. She always kicks off. I'm not sure if it's like people around the end of terrace or they parking where you park. What exactly is it that happens?
Yeah, I have a gate and I park my car there. Well, maybe it's not. Oh, hold on. I live in an end of terrace. I'm always kicking off in the summer. I have a gate and I park my car there. You'll have to give us some more information on there, Verona, as into what the situation is. So maybe Shark and I can help mitigate.
Yeah? Maybe we can help. Maybe we can help you find a resolution. The kids hang around there and people dump rubbish. I'll tell you what, if I lived in a cul-de-sac and people were dumping rubbish outside my house, a camera would definitely be going up. One of those Ring doorbell cameras would definitely be going up, and finding out who's doing it and where it's coming from. Yeah, that's so annoying. People dumping rubbish, especially outside your house. You know, we have a couple places around here, walls where you will see beds and fridges, but the council are quite good actually. They do come around with the vans and pick them up in the morning. So I suppose they spoil the people. But if it's a habit of people dumping rubbish outside your house, that can be annoying, especially if it's nasty rubbish.
I think it's the worst, and it just shows the laziness of people. Because if you can pick up a bag, put it in your car, and take it to somebody else's house, you can take it down the dump. That's the epitome of laziness, to take it and just dump it outside somebody else's property. It really is. It really is. I hate that. I hate it with a vengeance. I don't like rubbish just strewn. I can't remember if there was some rubbish outside my house. I just swept it in the middle of the road.
Yeah,
outside my house once. Swept it in the middle of the road.
And I just shoved it right in the middle of the road. I thought, you know what, you ain't staying outside.
Let the council clean it. Yeah, the council
in the middle of the road. Let them call the council and let them come around and do it. Don't dump it outside my house. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, there was a time before the black bins came in, and people used to put black bags outside the doors, and foxes obviously were just going for them. In my area, in my ex-area, I lived right near a country park, huge country park. Millions of foxes around my area, forever raiding the bins. The foxes were so good that when I used to have those recycling bins for waste, we used to have a waste recycling bin, a black one that we had to use. Used to have that. They learnt how to open it. It was a lever that went down over the top. They learnt to flip it over, lift up the lid, and raid the rubbish bins. Those foxes were smart. I used to have to put 2 bricks on mine to stop and wedge it in between the bins to stop them from getting in it. And then in the end, I used to take some of the food waste that I know that was edible and leave it in the curb for some of the foxes. Sometimes I used to, because then they just stop raiding the bins. You're not they're there anyway. They're not going to go away. So I used to, instead of kind of leaving all my raw food in there, I'd leave it out for the foxes. That way, it's better for the environment. Feeding the foxes. Done my bit for society. You're lucky I didn't take in a fox.
I know, that's what I was speaking. You would take in a fox, you would. God.
I would take in a fox. I really would. But listen, I just want to get this piece of news out before I move on to the next thing. But President Biden, one of the last things he did before he was in office was to pardon some people. So he pardoned 5 activists and public servants on Sunday, including a posthumous grant of clemency to the civil rights leader Marcus Garvey, who mobilized the black nationalist movement and was convicted of mail fraud in 1923. So his conviction of mail fraud in 1923, he's received a posthumous grant of clemency.
Is he still alive?
Marcus Garvey. He's there chilling with Elvis, and he's there chilling with.
That's what I'm saying.
Elvis and Biggie Smalls.
Is he alive? What I meant was, like, is he still alive though? You know what I mean? You know, like,
well, that's what.
Is he still alive though? Because you might as well just leave it the way it is.
It's a posthumous grant, which means it's post death.
Yeah.
It means his family generate the descendants of his family, which is like the grandchildren of the grandchildren of the grandchildren, probably. It was the latest act in clemency of Mr. Biden's final weeks in office. Why couldn't he do it when he was in office? You know what I mean? In the beginning of the 4 years. Why wait till now?
He forgot. He forgot.
He's probably saying, "Who am I signing this for? Who's Marcus Garvey?"
Exactly. That's what I said. Is he still alive? He must have thought he's still alive.
I'm not sure. And when they do, I'm not sure what this does. When they, someone dies and we've actually cleared him from the offence that he did. Well, they're dead now. What's he going to do? Are we getting money?
It just goes down in history. That they're cleared. Whether they get money or not, I don't know. Maybe you could look that up and find out.
I doubt it. Can we go claim in court for the missing justice there brought on from the families? That's why they don't, want to let half these people out in jail when they know they've been wrong, because of the amount of money that they want to sue people for and the wrongs. We do live in a weird world. We really do. Sometimes I'm in despair when this is why I don't put on the TV half the time. I don't even like watching the news.
I mean, I watched this court case in America of this guy. He got cleared of murder. I think it was like 40 or 40 odd years later. He's been in prison since his, as a youngster. And he is now in his 70s or 80s or something. And, the lady turned around and said, I hope you can go down the route and claim money. And this guy just sits there like, and just smiles that he's out. But he spent all his life wasted, innocently been put in prison by a corrupt police officer. And it's just sad, that this can happen. I mean, the guy was nearly on death row, really. But it was proven that he was innocent. And obviously, this kind of information, a lot of time, they well and truly know in advance,
They know. Some people, I don't know how they get to sleep at night. Yeah. I don't know how they get to sleep at night. That's all I can say. You've got to live with that conscience, and it's hard. You've got to have a stone cold heart. Elements of a psychopath if you don't have empathy or you don't feel it. And it's a bit like someone who's committed murder. If you're not kind of like have those kind of sociopath feelings where you don't care, it gets to you. The normal person that's committed murder will break down and fall apart because you can't deal with that kind of conscious or trauma unless you're some sort of psychopath or take joy out of watching someone die right in front of your eyes or something. I don't know. But anyway, changing the subject completely. We were talking about a young lady that was going for the record of sleeping with 1,000 men in one day. We've got somebody else now.
Oh, the one with the youngsters.
Yeah. Have you seen that one?
I was reading up on it and I saw some video footage of her talking on was it This Morning or something? Yeah, This Morning.
Yeah. Well, Bonnie Blues, she had a 12-hour marathon sexathon where she had a room and there was pictures of men queuing up to go in and have their few minutes worth. And one guy came out on video, young black guy as well, came out on video and he was just like, yeah, I had a great time, man. It was a couple minutes, but I did what I had to do. I went in strong. This is what he said. I went in strong and I came out and I'm feeling good. And I'm like, oh, God, I don't know what you're taking home with you, but good luck. And there was a queue of men. It's just men. Honestly, you got a different.
She goes for 18. The ones that just turned 18. Is that the lady, the woman?
I don't know if they just turned 18.
Yeah,
she's a porn star, so it's nothing. Right. It's nothing to.
Might be a different one because there was another one I was reading yesterday, and they were uproar about this woman taking on 18-year-olds.
You are absolutely correct because she said they are barely legal, barely breathing, and the husbands.
Yeah.
Now, let's just put this in perspective, all right? This woman's doing what she loves. Most people like having sex. It's a natural thing that we do when we get together. Intimacy is part of love. And she's getting paid for it. She's getting £600,000 a month.
A month, yeah.
Let me just put that out there, people. £600,000 a month. Shows you sex sells.
Yep.
And how is she earning over £600,000 a month on OnlyFans? And who's going to watch OnlyFans? Which gender do you think
women
will watch her the most?
Lesos. I think a lot of men will be watching that.
Okay.
So
ladies, if you're wondering why your men are saying they ain't got no money, check their OnlyFans subscription, yeah? Because that's where it's coming from. These women are being made rich from these men that like watching whatever's going on screen. If it's selling that way, I'm going to get a mask and go on, man. £600,000 a month, hey, come on.
And you know
I
what?
keep saying OnlyFans, come on.
Bye-bye.
It's only 1,000 men, it's not a lot.
Bye-bye.
Oh, gosh, no. OnlyFans is not for me. I can't deal with, the 1,000. 2.
Indeed.
Yeah, poor kitty cat. But we'll leave it right there for these OnlyFans people and their money. It's a lot of money, though. It did make me think. I did, for a hot minute there, I did do a little consideration. And then I saw your face and it went back out again. But 600,000 a month. This is not, most people won't even. No one's pension. Your pension ain't even that size. This is a month. 1 month, £600,000. She's making millions, raking it in every year.
Do you know what?
I mean,
if she's not harming anyone, good luck to her.
I say good luck to it. You know what? I've got no problem with what the professions of what anyone wants to do. It's their choice. I personally, I couldn't do it. I could not do that at all. I don't aspire to that either. You know, there's lots of things I don't aspire to.
Just imagine though, right? And this goes out to any woman out there or man. Imagine your son or your grandchild just turned 18 and they go with this particular woman. Like, how would you feel? I mean, he can't do nothing because they're of legal age. You can't do nothing. But I know a lot of people will be upset. And there are a lot of people that are upset. But they are of legal age. They are of legal age now. So your grandchild could look like they're like 12 years old. As long as they're above that 18 years old, she can't go prison because as long as they consent. And, you know, young boys. Imagine if it was a girl of 18 and a man was doing that. Like, you know, all these girls just turned from 17 to 18. There'd be uproar. People and their daughters, and especially men and their daughters, they'd go nuts.
Well, you know, when a child turns 18, they are legally an adult. The parents have no jurisdiction over them whatsoever. And with this young lady's mum, she appeared on, I think it was Good Morning or one of these breakfast shows. And she was sitting there saying, I'm the one that has to clear up all the condoms, the sick, the fluids that are left. And this is the mum sitting next to the daughter alongside the dad discussing the girl's activities. But you know what? They're blindsided by the fact that she's earning £600,000 a month. They're probably living in a house. Sex is sex. As far as I'm concerned, people look at it as like, oh my God, aghast. So long as I'm not doing it, I don't really care. If that's what you want to do and that rocks your boat and you're living a life and you are not hurting anybody, I have no problem with it. I've got more of a problem with the government, prime ministers and other people and what's going on in Africa. Those are my concerns. Concerned about a woman that's having sex with over 1,000 men and living her best life. Well, if that's how you want to live your best life, so be it. So be it.
So be it.
You know, so long as it's no one underage, no children, no animals, no cats. Don't mess about my cats. You know, I'm all right. I'll read about this, laugh, and turn the page. That's somebody else's life. They might not want my life, and I definitely wouldn't want their life. But it's good to talk about, though.
Yeah, it's a subject that, you know, sometimes the taboo subjects that we don't talk about. But as long as we don't go too deep like this time of morning. But hey, it is
One
what
second. Mary Kigg says, I'm sorry, 18 might be grown, but you're getting some kind of punishment from my house. But what if they're not living with you, Mary? She's 18 and she's earning, well, say like she was earning this kind of money from when she's 18. She's probably not living at home. She's probably got her own pad in Kensington or Notting Hill, you know, and living the life. You can't control your children when they leave home. You can only hope that the morals and ethics that you installed in them will go a long way in terms of the life that they lead. But you can't choose your children's life, especially with social media, gathering the fact that you can earn so much more money on social media than you can in a normal job.
I think the woman herself is in her 20s. She's in her 20s. She was an office worker, and she went from an office manager or something. So she went from doing that job to this job, and she was going with 18-year-olds. She's not an 18-year-old herself. So woman, she is, I can't remember her age. I think she's about 27. I'm sure she's about 27. And she's going with these 18-year-olds. So that's why there's the uproar. I think if it was an 18-year-old, of course, we wouldn't want that, of course. But the fact that she's doing it is people are not happy about it.
Oh, well, listen, G-Force, you are the man. I didn't know about this. I didn't know about Fanbase. Now, as I saw it, I thought, what's Fanbase? You know me. Someone says something, I've got to look it up and check it out and see what it is. Now, Fanbase is another social media platform. It's a next generation social media app that allows any user to earn money from day one. So you don't have to have all these followers and likes and all sorts of things. You start earning revenue. I'm going to sign up today. We are going on Fanbase. We're not doing TikTok. Fanbase.
Download it. Download it already. Oh,
yeah,
man.
That's coming up. Yeah. If you see me start doing stupidness, right? Just know I'm trying to earn some cash. It's my new side hustle. Do stupidness on Facebook. Yeah? And not on Facebook,
man.
on Fanbase. Oh, I like that. I'm going to have to figure that out. Be an early adopter, you know? And jump on this. But it's 9:53. I'm quite conscious of time. It's been a funny old breakfast flight show morning. I was too afraid to play the other video. I just thought I'm not playing this just in case I'm going back to the vet.
Check it before. That's
Checking it this time round. I'm not playing it. I'm banning videos for now until such time. I'm scared.
Yeah.
I'm scared. But Freddie G, morning sir. You're so quiet and you come out.
Freddie G.
As soon as he hear like only fans, he's talking. His fan base like only. No, it's not.
No,
it's
clean.
not.
No. It's a clean one.
It's clean. Anyway, of my last things, I wish I'd done this a little bit earlier. I might even do this next week. But I was watching TikTok as usual, and there was a black lady on there. I think she's an actress or something, or a comedian, and Tanya Moore. That's it. And she went onto Mastermind. Now, all I saw was a TikTok video.
I know Tanya. I actually know Tanya, yeah.
Yeah, she was on.
Yeah.
She was on a TikTok video saying, forgive me about Jamaican cuisine. I should have known this. I should have known that. And I'm thinking, what happened? Yeah. So I went and researched. Now she went on to Mastermind and she said her questions are going to be about Jamaican cuisine. So the question master is a black man. I can't remember his name. So he started her questions on Jamaican cuisine. And she got some of them right, but the ones that she got wrong, she should have got slapped for. So I just want to post this question out there. If you've seen Mastermind, you'll know the answer. Did you watch Mastermind, Sharky?
Yes, I watched that one. I know what one you're talking about, yeah, because yeah, some of them. It was actually quite a good, interesting quiz, actually.
It was.
Interesting questions.
But the two that she got.
Yeah, go on.
Go on.
No, go for it.
The two that she got wrong, I think that she would have been slapped by a few Jamaican families for getting it wrong. But these were two of the questions was what is the name given to a leaf vegetable that's part of the amaranth family, similar to spinach, and the side dish of which is the main ingredient? Who would know the answer? That's one. And the other one was what popular method of preparing fish in a vinegary marinade which was introduced to Jamaica by Jewish settlers who fled there to escape the Spanish Inquisition. So that's two questions on Jamaican cuisine, two of which we should all know. But I know that when you get in that hot seat, it's very, very difficult. Your brain goes to jelly. Yeah. It goes dead. And it's difficult to remember. But I want to know, Sharky, so I don't want you to answer. Anybody on Mixcloud? Yeah? What name is given to a leaf vegetable that's part of the amaranth family, similar to spinach, and the side dish to which is the main ingredient? What is it? And the other one was, what's the popular method of preparing fish in a vinegary marinade, which was introduced to Jamaica by Jewish settlers who fled there to escape the Spanish Inquisition? A few clues in that, floating around in your face right there, like bam.
And Puma says cornmeal. Cornmeal. That's what Impluma says.
No, Impuma, it's not. It's not cornmeal, hun. No, it's not cornmeal. Anybody else know? D Brown, Callaloo. Yeah, Callaloo, you know that. Leafy, it's a side dish. Callaloo was the other. What's the vinegary marinade?
Come on, what's the fish that we always have? Come on.
There you go, D Brown. I don't know about your spelling, but yeah, I get you. Escovitch fish. Escovitch.
That's right. Callaloo and Escovitch.
Yeah. And she did not get that right at all. Bless her. But I know, minnow. And Puma, no, it's definitely not cornmeal, hun. Nope. No.
There was some questions he had on there. He said, what if Trump was your prime minister?
I would have preferred Trump to Rishi Sunak. If you're asking Rishi Sunak was our prime minister before Keir Starmer. If you're asking me if I would have preferred Trump, yeah, Trump does what he says on the tin. There's no messing about with Trump. If he says he's going to do something, he's going to do it. There's no dilly-dallying, faffing around, messing about, saying I'm going to do something and change it completely at the other end and decide you're going to do something completely different. That's the one thing I give to Trump. He does what he's going to say. And he does some things for the benefit of people, not all people. And he is for America. Like he wants to change the Gulf of Mexico to the Gulf of Americana. That's Trump for you, though. I've got to give it to you. I've got to give it to him.
A bit of an idiot, but he's like the, you know, like how we turn around and we say we should do this or should do that, and we're not in politics, and the politics say, well, we can't do this because we got no money. But he's a person that come in power, say, well, I've got the power and I think this is needed and it's going to be done. So it's very, very different to the other politicians. I'm actually laughing at Freddie G's comment.
Me too, as well. Freddie, it's already been a controversial show this morning with me, with my videos, with all the expletives in it that I just sat there going, oh my God. You saw my face going, oh my God. Every time it went on, I was, please make it be the last one, please. Please make it be the last one. Never again. I don't want to show any videos after this. No, it's not.
No,
it's not.
One sounds great. Escovitch is pronounced, that's the way it's spelled. Yep, absolutely.
No, it's not spelled that way. No, it's not.
Isn't it spelled that way?
No. But we get you. We get you.
Okay.
Callaloo and Escovitch. And
there you go.
He said, hi guys, or sorry, they said, hi guys. This show sounded like fun. It is. It's on every Monday and Tuesday from 7 till 10 a.m. Sharky kicks it off from 7. Then I come in just after 8 o'clock. It's 9:59. I got to pick up glasses today. I'm getting that old. I can't see nada anymore. Sharky DJ, it's been an absolute pleasure this week. Mixclouders, as usual, it's a pleasure. HPQ's over and out. Bye.
Listen, I think the radio show's off, so I think it's just Mixcloud now because the radio's definitely gone off now. So gonna play one more and say goodbye, guys. Listen, it's been. Don't forget we are here next week, Monday and Tuesday from 7 till 10. And also, don't forget we got the weekender coming up. We got a couple of weekenders. There's a salsa one if you want to come to that. Check me for that one. That is in February. We've got the Spa weekender in January, end of January. A few